So we're on 1 knot, all sail up, and we are going faster than the water, so it's not all outgoing tide, so that's nice. But you could say the sails are asleep. But you don't whinge too much about light winds in Tasmania because it can change in a minute, so we'll see what we go. I might end up putting the motor on again and just getting a bit closer to the island, but the wind's supposed to be coming from there, so it'll be cleaner out here. We shall see. 0.8 of a knot. Just as well the tide's going out, or you wouldn't be going anywhere. Anyway, it's upsetting the spiders. A bit of air trying to get through. We'll end up with a sea breeze blowing up the river by lunchtime probably. But anyway, the weather forecast says easterly all day, but we shall see. Well, we don't want to go that way. Oh, there's a breeze over there. All right, let's get back and get ready for it. So we're going nearly 2 knots, 1.8. And I don't know if you can see the wind thingy at the top there, but we're pointing pretty high. Which moves along all right. It's a very light breeze. I think once we're over here and we get on the other tack and fall off a little, we might even be able to get 3 knots. That'll be exciting. Actually don't mind light hairs sailing. If you're passage making you want high numbers, but just bobbing about, just being out is good. So that slipping cost $675 for 5 days, not including anti-foul and paint and all of that sort of stuff. Just the haul out and time on land. There's a little fisher heading downwind. They've probably got fishing rods out, as you should. I haven't bothered. There's a few other boats out. Well, one under motor. He's sensible. Well, we found a bit of wind. 4.5 knots. Still shooting right into it. We've got to get round this corner. Over to the starboard side there's quite shallow. We're at 9 metres at the moment. But if we can get round that corner, we might have a beam reach down the channel, which will be nice. Quite a few other boats coming north. Edge out as much as I can without stalling. Got a feeling I'll have one more tack though. Anyway, 4.2 going up with it, so you must be almost double that going down. Alright, I'm just going to get round this corner. If I can do that we couldn't quite make that point down there. There's a light that's quite far out from shore, and inside that's quite shallow. I've seen some yachts sailing quite close, but I try and stay outside it. So we're heading across to Bruny Island again, over into Simpsons Bay, and I'll probably go until Simpsons Point over there where that spur comes down. I'll wait till that gets a beam of me, and then that should be a good angle to get the rest of the way down the channel. Hopefully it won't be quite a beam reach, just forward of the beam, but that should give me a reasonable speed. I'm only doing 2.6 at the moment because I haven't unfurled the jib very much after doing the last tack, so I'll just crawl my way back out here and put in another tack and then see how we go. But I'll sort of show you on the plotter there. I know it'll be all specky for you, but you know, so we'll get out to about here and then we should be able to cruise straight down, because once we get down here then we go in the right direction. So, but you know, the wind will change by then, but such is life. It's still beats being in the office. Oh, we've been headed again. Come around this point here, it's yeah, it gets a bit swirly out here, so the winds aren't necessarily constant. Keeps you on your toes. I'll show you around. That's looking up the channel towards Mount Wellington with the big stick on it, and so if you follow that spur line down you'll end up in Hobart. We couldn't see that the other day because the clouds were right down on it. Yeah, doing good. Oh, concentrate on sailing. 6.7 knots. It's pretty good for sailing into the wind. As I say that, and now I'll slow down to 6. Right. Over there near the beach is Blinking Billy. That's the one I was trying to get wide of. So we're well outside of him, which is good. We can go from here down to 3 Hut Point, which is down where all those houses are. Try not to let it round up too much because it slows it down. Well, you just get used to having a good breeze and it drops away and we're back down to 3.5 knots, which is still okay. Beam reach at the moment, which is nice. We've still got about a quarter of a mile till we get round the corner a bit and the wind will be behind us. And we've got one of the big fish farm boats following us down. Now, sail's not liking this wind direction at the moment. It's pretty much straight behind us. We're getting shaded by the mizzen, but I've got to sort of hold this course for another half mile corner down here. So if it keeps flogging too much, I might just feel it away and sail down on mizzen. And then get back into it when I get round the corner. There's Arch Rock. As we go past here a little bit more, we'll see the hole in it. Come on, stop flogging on me. Still holding 3.7 knots, so still going in the right direction. See here the little hole. So I relented and jibed. I'm heading down to Huon Island there. Back here's our turning point. We're pretty much right to turn now. You can see it's at low tide. We're getting close to it. Another boat coming down the river. And round behind us, Arch Rock. And another boat coming down channel. On just a tad. If we're lucky, get us up the creek. Well, this is what we were looking for. A nice steady sea breeze. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon at the moment, so it should hold for at least another hour and a bit and take us to where we want to go. We've got 5.6 knots. I was tempted to put the main back up again, but you don't need to be heeled over any more than that. Nice and civilised. driven fetch. It's about biggest to be 1/2 metre, I reckon, maybe a bit more. That's the entrance to Cygnet over there, and Huon Island down behind, down the back. And if you look up through the shrouds, you might be able to make out the stick, big tower, which is the tower on top of Mount Wellington. We've been doing about 5 to 5.5 knots all the way up here, and it's just starting to dwindle on us now, starting to fade. And it's gone from being a beam reach to coming from behind. So hopefully there's enough left in it to blow us up to Surges Bay, which is, I don't know, must be about half an hour away, something like that.
467, this is Tasmania time. We go to channel 66 please, 66.
It's been a good day. Except for having to pay for the slip, of course, but got to have something to whinge about, yeah. It's not like you need to eat or anything. I'll just live on muesli bars for a week or 3. Well, that's Surges Bay, where we're heading for. It's my favourite bay, close to home. Still doing 5.1, so you know, if you've got a good breeze, you should really use it. So the next possible stop for me will be at the Yacht Club jetty in Port Huon, and I can anchor a bit further up than that, but I'll see what it's like at the jetty. If it's not blowing too hard onto the jetty, I might stay on the jetty overnight, but if it's blowing a bit hard, I'll go just a little bit further up the creek where I can anchor and not scratch me paint. 5.7. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Still a bit of work to do on the top sides, on the coach house and deck area, but you know, there always is.